Who's the gangster? We're gangsta rap. Who's the gangster? Who's the gangster? We're gangsta rap.
YouTube, salute. Here's my open debate and discussion between Mobb Deep and the Dogg Pound, two of the best duos from the West Coast and the East Coast of all time, and they have so many similarities. You have Havoc and Daz as some of the top producers in hip-hop industry, Prodigy and Corrupt, some of the best lyricists of all time. So we're going to get into this right now. So if you're new to my channel, please thumbs up the video, click the bell icon, hit the subscribe button to be notified when I upload new content and go live. Also cast your vote for Kofi's Hip Hop Hall of Fame. The link is in the description. Let's go. Dogg Pound, you know, Daz is Snoop Dogg's cousin. Corrupt is from Philadelphia. Mobb Deep, Havoc, and Prodigy met each other in high school, and they've been friends since then. Queensbridge, so we have Los Angeles, Long Beach, Queensbridge, two of the best groups to ever do it. Let's start with the Dogg Pound. Let me break them down first. So, Dogg Pound, they dropped several albums. You had the Dog Food that went 2 times platinum. That came out October 31st, 1995. The album was a classic. That came out on Death Row Records. That was the only album that came out on Death Row Records as a group. Daz dropped a solo album in 1998 on Death Row Records. But Corrupt, his solo albums actually came out. His first 2 solo albums came out on his own label. And that was Corruption. That was a double CD in 1998. He also dropped The Streets Is a Mother. That came out in 1999. But as far as group albums, Dillinger and Young Gotti, they came out on the DPG label. That only sold 72,000 copies. It was lackluster, I'm not going to lie. Then you had Dillinger and Young Gotti 2, The Saga Continues. That came out on Gangstarr Advisory. And it was alright. It wasn't the best. Cali is Active was a better album. That came out on Doggy Style Koch record label. And that came out in 2006. I remember when that came out. That album went gold. And I was actually happy about that album. Then you had Dog Shit. That didn't really do well. Then there was This Is Now. That album only sold 8,500 units. And in 2010, they dropped 100 Ways, which only sold 17,000. And as far as like compilation albums, they had stuff like The Last of the Pound, Keep on Riding, Doggy Bag. You know, it really didn't do too much. It ain't really nothing you really wanted to hear. As far as some good mixtapes, yeah, they had some cool mixtapes. Gangsta Grill's Full Circle in 2008, hosted by DJ Drama. I actually like that, but other stuff, nah, it is whatever. But some of the singles that stood out to me was like What Will You Do, featuring Snoop Dogg and Joel. That was off with the K soundtrack. Respect on Dog Food, New York, New York. That song right there sparked so much controversy when it came to hip hop because of the things Corrupt was saying in the video. So let's go on to Mobb Deep, y'all. So Mobb Deep first album was Juvenile Hell. Came out on 4th and Broadway, released April 1993. It didn't really do well at all. I'm not going to lie. It took a big hit. I didn't even know who Mobb Deep was until 1995 when I heard them. Their first song called Shook Ones Part 2. Like, damn, who is this? They sound tight. So the Infamous went gold, you know, and that was on Loud Records. You know, that's when you knew Mobb Deep was going to do something. They actually came out and helped Capone Noriega with the LA remix. It was a retaliation and a response back to the New York, New York song. Then Hell on Earth came out in 1996, another classic. The Infamous and Hell on Earth both got 4.5 mics. A lot of people don't know that. That was another classic album. When I heard Hell on Earth, I knew from there Prodigy put himself up there with the top lyricists in the rap game by far. I said, this guy right here is a beast. This guy right here is a beast, and people better be very careful. Can Mobb Deep do it again? In 1999, they dropped Murder Music. And I remember when that album came out, and that album went platinum because they came out with Quiet Storm as their first single, and that everybody went bananas to hear that beat. Like, oh my God, Havoc did this beat right here. Oh my God, Havoc did majority of their production all the time. That was another classic album right there. They had so many great features from Cool G Rap to Cormega to Nas. He's always been on the album. Raekwon, so on and so forth. They dropped Infamy in 2001 on Loud. That album went gold, but it was alright. It wasn't the best of the best. It was alright, but I didn't really care too much for it. I felt that they was trying to like please the mainstream when they came out with that Hey Love with the 112. America's Nightmares on Jive Records. That album was tight. That album was tight. I feel like they redeemed themselves. It wasn't a classic, but it was tight. Blood Money that came out on G Unit Interscope Records. A lot of people said the album was like mediocre. To me, it was decent. It was decent. It was like, okay, that's Mobb. Then as far as like solo careers, Prodigy dropped the HNIC in 2001. That album was tight because that was the same time when Jay-Z dropped The Blueprint, and Havoc held his own as far as holding a solo album. I was very happy about that. He dropped other solo albums. I'm just saying, like, when he got out of jail and right before he passed away. But at that time, though, like I said, as far as the group albums, I felt that Mobb Deep had a better catalog when it came to group albums. Now, as far as production-wise, I mean, some people are going to say it can be Daz because he did a lot of stuff for Dr. Dre, a lot of stuff for Snoop Dogg, a lot of stuff for like other, LA local artists. He did stuff for T.I. He did stuff for people in the South. So some people are going to ride with Daz. Now, as far as Havoc did stuff not only for Mobb Deep, he even did production for Nas. He even did production for Capone Noriega, Nori. He even did production for Boot Camp Click like Helter Skelter, OGC. He did production like for a lot of cats that people sleep on and people don't pay attention. We also talking about Cormega. We also talking about Nature. We also talking about Mike Geronimo. The list goes on and on and on. Havoc did some production, and Havoc is an underrated producer for real. Like by far, Havoc. That's why I said him and Daz. They're like similar when it comes to like they can still rhyme, but they're always behind the boards. Now, when it comes to the lyrics, when it comes to the spitters, when it comes to that wordplay, when it comes to making you think, Corrupt at one point in hip hop, he was the best lyricist. He was the best lyricist for like 2 or 3 years. I'm not even gonna lie. Like he used to go on the Wake Up Show, Swain King Tech Wake Up Show, and spit for like 15, 30 minutes nonstop, and everything was from the top of the dome. But Prodigy, he's always been like a lyrical goon, a lyrical soldier when it came to them words, and people knew that like Prodigy just will go in and he can hold his own. Like you will see him on tracks with like Big Pun, Expector Deck, Rakim, Nas, and he will hold his own. He will lyrically trade with you and won't lose. Like, and sometimes he will have like the best verse. People say he got the best verse, like by far. So you couldn't go wrong. But when it comes to Mobb Deep and Dogg Pound, my thing is I felt that Mobb Deep probably had a better catalog than the Dogg Pound as far as the group projects. Now, as far as solo projects, I don't really want to get into that. That's another discussion. But as far as like the production, they all gave hip hop and rap some great beats, some great songs. So it's hard to say because with the Dogg Pound, you can say New York, Respect. You can say Let's Place House. You can say What Will You Do? Mobb Deep. You can say Shook Ones Part 2, Survivor of the Fittest, Give Up the Goods. You can say Drop a Gem on Them, Hell on Earth. You can say G.O.D. Florida Part 3. You can say Quiet Storm. You can say Y'all Need to Give It Up. Thug Life Is Mine. Yeah, you know, the songs like that. You can say Get Away. Whoo. There's so many songs. Like I said, this is a good one. This is the one I wanted to do. But I would probably go with Mobb Deep as far as having a better catalog. That's me. And like I said, that's not a knock on the Dogg Pound. The Dogg Pound, Corrupt is still up there, one of the best lyricists of all time. Daz still one of the best producers of all time. But as far as a better catalog, Mobb Deep edges out the Dogg Pound. But I want to hear from you. Tell me what you think. Who you think had a better catalog? If you want to talk about who was a better lyricist between Corrupt and Prodigy, let's talk about that. Who had better production, Daz or Havoc? Talk about it. Let me know. Post your comments below. Hulk smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you'd like to support and donate to the channel, I have Patreon. Patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, Streamlabs. Everything's in the description. Until next time, peace.